Welcome back to Intro to Python video series. We're going to talk more about strings. In this replit, we are shown several print statements, and we're going to go over the two print statements down here, and then we're going to talk about how we can get a substring out of our example string. So for this first string, this is actually known as a multi-line string, signified by 3 quotes, starting and ending, and it shows right here, multi-line without /n. And now you're wondering, how can you put /n without it actually making another new line? And we're going to be talking about escapes, where when you use a backslash, you can make the interpreter ignore checking special characters in a string. So down here, we have another example of escapes. And as you can see, without the slash, it would have actually caused a syntax error. So you cannot do that, since it won't run. You have to put a backslash behind a quote so the interpreter can ignore it, so it can be part of a string. Okay, next, we're going to try to make a substring out of example. For example, if you want just the word trees, how would you take a specific substring out of that so it would print tree? So like we talked about how strings had indices of characters, and we talked about how it usually starts at 0. So if you want to get a substring out of a string, you can just do, so we're going to do example. So we're going to type example brackets, and then we're going to start 0, which, because we know that the string index starts at 0, that means we want the first letter, and we want to end at the last letter, which is trees. So we're going to do 0, and then we're going to do a colon, and we're going to type in 4, because that is actually the 5th character. And we want the word trees, which is kind of strange, but why does this work? Actually, we know that how Python substring system works is that it's actually exclusive at the ending index. So we have to put an extra number, like we have to add an extra one to the ending. And we have the word tree. How about if you wanted to get the word green? So what you want to do is you're going to do print example and brackets, and we are given the lengths. So the length is printed, and we know that this string has 15 characters in it. So it's actually easier if you know the lengths, because we know that green is 5 characters, so we want to do 10. 15 minus 5 is 10, comma, and we do 15. And we know that because index starts at 0, and we know that the last index of the string has to be 14. So because it's exclusive, Python allows you to go one extra over what we usually call like the place of the character in the string. So you can run it, and we're going to get green. But what happens if we want to type like an extra word, like very green, and now you're going to get very, but we still want green? So we could actually use the length as a reference for the substring you want. And you could do xlen, because we declared xlen as length, right? And because we want the word green, we want to get 5 characters for the string before the string ends. So this is what we have here, and because it's going to be xlen minus 5 going to be the starting position, and xlen is going to be the ending position, but it's exclusive. So as you can see, we have green, and you can change this, like you can even change this like as like the string. You can as long as it's green at the end, you're going to get green.